Hi guys, this is another video about the Nest thermostat, and as you can see, the thermostat was set to 77 degrees Fahrenheit and it cooled down to 75. So this is actually definitely below the target which we wanted, and that happens a lot. So a lot of times when I set it to a specific temperature, so unfortunately it doesn't show temperature anymore, you have to wave with the hand or something, so it will recognize that you are still standing in front of the thermostat. And that happens a lot. Sometimes it keeps cooling and cooling and cooling. I mean, when you set it to 77, I expect it to actually stop on 77. I've seen other thermostats which stopped on 76, and somehow it would be acceptable. I think the Emerson which I had stopped at 76 then, but this one cools down to 75. For me, it doesn't make much sense. Maybe there's a specific setting. I mean, I have set it to default setting and just set the temperature. And I think that there is something like a learning effect which they have, and they try to implement some logic and anticipate things, and yeah, I don't know what they're really doing. So for me, this is actually not working. So I'm in a rental home, I can't change everything, but if I would ever go back, buy a new home and have to replace or install thermostats, I wouldn't choose Nest thermostats. For me, the temperature swings are huge and the accuracy of these things here are not really good. I've been measuring temperature around these things, and sometimes they do not show the accurate temperature. So I've been setting temperature to 78 or 79 and it only stopped at 74 or 75. I mean, it was not showing 75, but I've been measuring the temperature with an infrared thermostat around that, and that was way lower than the thing. So I'm actually absolutely not happy. I mean, the things cost around $200 each, and so you should actually be able to, I mean, you should actually expect, or you would actually expect a higher accuracy. I've been using the last thing which I had, the Emerson, definitely worked way better, and I also have been able to connect to the internet using an app. I mean, of course, here it's really fancy when you can press and do all these settings, and so touch and feel is really nice. But yeah, I mean, also it says the outside temperature is a little bit, it's definitely more information as the Emerson, but at the end it's important to have the right temperature inside the room and not something which the thermostat decides on his own. And there is also another major disadvantage with this thermostat. When you have to change the account, like when you're a renter and you're leaving, next renter comes in, or if you sell the home, new owner has to set up his account. So you can do that in the settings, and then you go to something like where do we have that? Yeah, right from the network setting. Here we have it. Here you can set your email address, and then you can set up your account, and that's only possible when you do a total reset of this thing, and total reset means all the settings, and it's really difficult to reset it up. There's no such thing as automatic detection. You have to know how the wires are inside. Here we have the wires, and that can be totally tricky because the colors are not always the same, and they don't have the same meaning, and even when you go here and check the colors, it's not obvious. I mean, you will be asked in the setup what color you have and what connections you have, but you don't know all the details to which thing they are connected, and how your like the air handler and the compressor and how they work, and they will ask you these questions, and you probably won't be able to give all these answers. For some answers you can say I don't know, but not for all of them, and you might end up breaking the whole system. That's no joke. You can really break the whole AC. I mean, you can break the air handler, you can break the compressor outside, and I don't have to tell you how expensive they could be, just because you're setting up a new account on this thermostat. Now you see it has even go lower, so you see the temperature. It needs a long time until the sensor inside realizes what temperature it is outside. So I've set temperature to 77. Now it has been cooling down to 74, and it really feels super cold inside. I almost need a jacket. I mean, there's not a sense of a $200 thermostat to end up with a temperature you don't want. Sometimes we have really huge temperature swings with these thermostats, even when we have two of them. And I have this one inside my master bedroom, and even within the master bedroom we have huge temperature swings. This is what we don't want. So if you're looking for a cheap thermostat which also connects to the internet and has more temperature accuracy and doesn't have these huge swings, so I highly recommend the Emerson thermostat, which I had for 4 years. It's even cheaper, does not have all the fancy settings, but it has a lot of them, and I would definitely recommend the one over this one, and I will put down the link of the Emerson in the description so you can use that. So that's it for now. I hope I was able to help you a little bit with that. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.